Drama in the Bester case. Nandipa Magudumana collapses on her way to court, flagging away our admin incompetence. South Africa's rugby team dodges anti-doping sanctions. And...
Okay, so firstly, I don't have a matric certificate.
We can confirm that Matthew Bongani Lani indeed does not possess a matric certificate.
Not even a matriculant. More revelations of social media's bogus doctor. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. Good to see you. Remember to like and subscribe.
This is Eyewitness News.
Nandipa Magudumana didn't make it to court this morning. She reportedly collapsed on her way there and claims she was brutally pulled from her cell. Magudumana was set to appear with her accomplice, convicted killer Thabo Bester, in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. The state has also withdrawn charges against 3 of the accused in the case.
So the case against convicted killer and rapist Thabo Bester and his co-accused is ready for pre-trial and has been transferred to the Bloemfontein High Court. Today we heard from senior prosecutor Amanda Bester, who told the court that her indictment is ready. She served all the accused with the indictment and the matter has been referred to the High Court for pre-trial. However, in today's sitting, we were expecting to see Bester alongside his lover and accomplice Nandipa Magudumana, but that did not happen. We learned earlier during proceedings that Magudumana is actually unwell. Her lawyer has come on record to speak about how she's been unwell since yesterday, but the state has still insisted on bringing her to court. Now, we understand that she's been in the holding cells throughout the day today and has been seen by paramedics at least twice. In an interesting development, State Prosecutor Amanda Bester also told the court that charges against at least 3 of the accused have been withdrawn. Now, all 3 are former G4S employees and they have been set free. Now, it seems Bester has also boosted his legal team. Today, a new lawyer for him came on record. Jan Laupsha told the court that he would be representing Bester and would also be using the services of prominent lawyer who's also a representative in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, Advocate Zandile Mshololo. Bester himself also addressed the court, telling the court that he'd also be using the services of Advocate Dali Mpofu.
Good news for our rugby team and us. The World Anti-Doping Agency has spared South Africa from the consequences of not complying with its updated anti-doping code. For now, WADA has confirmed receiving formal notification from the SA Institute for Drug-Free Sport disputing the allegations of non-compliance. The matter will be referred to the Court of Arbitration for Sport in Switzerland for consideration and until a ruling is delivered. South Africa's sports teams will be able to fly the country's flag at all events. The streets of Gaza are empty, but the hospitals are full. The number of dead there has risen to more than 1,000, with hundreds more seriously injured. Similar staggering numbers in Israel too. The Gaza Strip is preparing for Israel's ground offensive after Hamas launched a fatal attack there 5 days ago. Here in South Africa, different organizations are demonstrating outside the US consulate in Johannesburg in support of the Palestinians and the growing humanitarian crisis.
We know that the existence of the apartheid state of Israel depends on the military and financial support of the United States. This is why we will be protesting outside the US consulate.
One of the defense lawyers in the Senzo Meyiwa trial has questioned the veracity of bank statements linked to murder-accused Bongani Ntanzi. Ntanzi is one of 5 men on trial for the fatal shooting of the Bafana captain in 2014. All the accused have denied committing the crime. Ntanzi's defense is that he was in KZN when the murder was committed, previously claiming transactions on his bank records could prove his whereabouts. But Ntanzi's lawyer says the bank records that the prosecutors plan to use to dispute his version of accounts are dubious.
My instructions are this. Accused number 2 states that he had certain ceremonies to perform. Therefore, he obtained a loan from this bank, Capitec, to do the work that he was supposed to do. Firstly, we've gone through this, and our accountant has gone through this as well with me. We don't see that loan amount reflected.
If it's not here, then it was never made with the bank. What bank is it? Where you make a loan and it's not reflected in an account. It must be in another account. This is simple accounting principles.
Yes.
If you make a loan against an account,
Yes.
it must be reflected in that particular account unless you make it in another account of a different account number. Then I can understand.
A victory for women. The Legal Resources Centre and the Commission for Gender Equality have welcomed the Constitutional Court's ruling declaring as unconstitutional a section of the Divorce Act. Yesterday, the Constitutional Court found that Section 7.3 of the Act was unconstitutional insofar as it allowed the courts to issue redistribution orders in certain cases of divorce where the couple had been married out of community of property without accrual, but only if they were married before 1984, when other options were introduced. The court found this amounted to indirect discrimination against women because of the disproportionate way in which they were impacted, and has now ruled, regardless of when you were married, the court can potentially step in.
The social reality is that women disproportionately contribute to the family through non-financial means, and that was not taken into account at divorce by a court. So now the position has changed, so a court can actually look at factors and look at how women contribute to the joint household in other ways and may contribute to the other spouse growing their estate.
The bogus doctor with no matric.
I am the youngest on their database to own a multivitamin range at the age of 24.
The Gauteng Department of Education has confirmed there is no existing record of a national senior certificate or matric certificate for Matthew Bongani Lani. Lani has been masquerading on social media as a medical practitioner. The fake doctor's academic journey came to an end in September 2012. He then re-emerged in 2016 at Four Ways Adult Centre, where he wrote 3 subjects as a part-time candidate and only passed 1 of those subjects.
Based on these records and further verification that has been conducted with Umalusi, which is at our disposal currently, we can confirm that Matthew Bongani Lani indeed does not possess a matric certificate.
And that's it from me. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.